If a picture, in fact, answers every question, it's not worth looking at more than once. The photograph should continually raise more questions than it answers. And that's the thing that's drawing you back more and more often to it.
Rodney Smith was a prominent photographer, whose whimsical work invited comparison to that of surrealist painter, René Magritte. Long acclaimed for his iconic black and white images, that combine portraiture and landscapes, Smith created enchanted worlds full of subtle contradictions and surprises. Using only film and light, his unretouched, dreamlike images were matched in quality by the craft and physical beauty of his prints. Mr. Smith was a man who cared deeply about sharing his vision of the world with humor, grace, and optimism. Over the course of a successful career that lasted more than 45 years, Rodney Smith developed a unique photographic vision. In each of his carefully crafted compositions, he escaped the chaos of modern life for another, that is grounded in a romantic view of the past. Rodney Smith's photography is predominantly black and white, although he began incorporating color later in his career. He mainly used Hasselblad 501 cm and a Mamiya 6x7 rangefinder, but he also loved shooting with Leica cameras, and used natural light as often as possible. The humor in his work is inescapable. In many of his photos, faces are not shown, and he often played with space and time. Smith first came in contact with fashion as a child, as his father, Sanford Smith, was the founder and president of the clothing company Klein. Today, Smith is celebrated as one of the most prominent fashion photographers, his stylistically perfect and whimsical pictures having attracted the public gaze for over 45 years. The technical mastery and beauty of Smith's work can also be traced back to the artist's inspirations and influences. These include W. Eugene Smith, Life magazine photo essayist, Walker Evans's teachings, and Ansel Adams's techniques, which greatly shaped his vision. Rodney Smith left a lasting legacy in the world of photography, seamlessly blending impeccable technique with the magic of his compositions. His romantic approach and ability to transport viewers to enchanted and timeless worlds are a testament to his artistic brilliance. Rodney Lewis Smith was born in 1947 in New York City. He found his artistic inspiration while visiting the permanent collection of photography at the Museum of Modern Art during his junior year in college. After graduating from the University of Virginia in 1970, he went on to earn a master's degree in theology from Yale University, while minoring in photography under Walker Evans. Smith was looking for meaning in his life, and photography provided a way for him to express himself. In 1976, he was awarded a Jerusalem Foundation Fellowship, which resulted in his first book, In the Land of Light. This 3-month fellowship changed him profoundly, as he found nobility in a diverse mix of cultures and religions in the Middle East, where many people lived an 18th-century existence in a 20th-century world. Having found his niche, Smith traveled throughout the American South, Haiti and Wales, making soul-searching portraits of workers and farmers, as well as capturing the magnificence of the landscape. Influenced by the teaching and technical precision of Ansel Adams, Smith sought to perfect his own technique, narrowing his choice of camera, film, exposure, developer, and paper. He used light to edit and reveal his subjects, rendering them in a broad spectrum of tones, ranging from crisp white highlights to deep velvety shadows. Smith's signature style emerged, making the world appear sharper and clearer, bringing order to chaos. In the mid-1980s, Smith's work caught the attention of art directors and magazine editors, who commissioned him to create journalistic portraits of CEOs around the world. He insisted on being given complete access to his subjects as well as total creative freedom. Shooting pictures of these powerful men, on location, in their own personal environments, endowed them with a previously unseen humanity, and changed the nature of corporate portraiture. The integration of figure and landscape was further strengthened when Smith co-authored The Hat Book, in 1993, with creative director Leslie Smolin. This whimsical photo essay on hats contrasted the workers in an 18th-century hat factory with hats as expressions of identity and fashion. Smith and Smolin married in 1990, building a lifelong creative partnership that was instrumental in helping Smith find his own unique vision. By the mid-1990s, editorial clients included the New York Times, W Magazine, Vanity Fair, Departures, and New York Magazine. Smith was immersed in shooting fashion for Neiman Marcus, Bergdorf Goodman, Ralph Lauren and Paul Stewart, among others. All sought to tap into his unique style, and his emerging affinity for spontaneity, humor and surrealism. Rodney Smith used to say, "I trust my instincts to get to the heart of the matter. Once I find the right location and the right light, everything else follows from there." Throughout his life, Smith was passionate about the print as an artifact. During one occasion, he remarked, "For me, the print is the creation, the purpose, the result of my endeavor." Early on, he favored small silver gelatin prints mounted with large white mats. In the mid-2000s, with the advent of archival pigment printing on watercolor paper, he finally embraced both color and large-scale printing with stunning results. Rodney Smith died in 2016 at the age of 68. His images combine wit and elegance, a potent mix that could not have been created by any other photographer. His work continues to be shown at museums and galleries and collected by private individuals. The estate of Rodney Smith is dedicated to preserving his archive and sharing it with audiences around the world, who enjoy Smith's signature aesthetic and whimsical sense of humor. Rodney Smith, the visionary American photographer, left behind an unforgettable legacy that transcends time. His work, characterized by timeless elegance and the ability to capture the essence of life, continues to inspire generations of photography enthusiasts. In Rodney Smith's work, things are not always what they seem, as if we were looking into a mirror of our own existence, a life of laughter and sadness, of deep contemplation and magic. Throughout his career, Smith stood out for his ability to create images that challenged reality, transporting viewers to a world where fantasy and reality harmoniously intertwined. His portraits, often surreal, and filled with visual poetry, not only documented moments but also told stories that resonated in the hearts of those who beheld them. Rodney Smith used to find inspiration in a place that attracted him, that was motivation enough for him. The other thing that motivated him was light. He used to say that if you were standing in the same place where Ansel Adams took one of his famous photographs, you could never take the same photograph again, as the light, clouds, sky, and wind would be different. When exploring a location, he sought one that inspired him, a place where he knew he could take good photographs, but also one that had suitable light and structural elements. For him, there was nothing as exciting as the experience of taking a photograph, being in the place to play and create. Something we can observe in the work of this great photographer is elegance and class. He did not usually retouch images through any digital manipulation. He had become a photographer to interact with the world around him, not to be tied to a computer. He liked approaching people, telling a story. That was what truly excited him. Retouching and manipulating an image seemed artificial to him. Although Rodney Smith's images may appear playful, they raise much deeper questions about the human mind, such as anxiety, fear, and loneliness. Many of his photographs depict people with covered faces or invisible, as if he wanted to distance us from what is outside, and reveal more of what is inside us. Rodney Smith's work went beyond simply taking a photograph, as through photographing others, he was actually trying to understand himself. This is a lesson we should all learn and practice, not considering photography only as a hobby or a craft. Rodney Smith was not only a master of technique, but also a visual storyteller, whose lens captured the very essence of the human condition. His legacy endures, reminding us that through the lens of art, we can find deeper connections with the world around us. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel. This way, you'll always stay up to date with all the videos I produce here. Until the next one. See you later.